Let's look at the Lesson 24 practice problems of Illustrative Mathematics Algebra 1. This is on page 357 to 360 of your student workbook. We're first looking at number 1, where two inequalities are graphed on the same coordinate plane. Which region represents the solution to the system of the two inequalities? Just a quick reminder that the solution to a system of inequalities is the double shaded region, the overlap of the two shaded regions. It's called the solution region or the shaded feasible region. So you're just going to pick A, B, C, or D for that answer. Next, they want you to select all the XY pairs that are solutions. You're going to test all of the XYs in A, B, C, D, and E and see if it's a yes or no. There's going to be multiple answers. So for example, I'm going to test B. So we're going to say, is negative 15, I'm testing it in the first inequality first, less than or equal to negative 2 times negative 5 plus 6. We then simplify it. Notice negative 2 times negative 5 made a positive 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. And so is negative 15 less than or equal to 16? Yes. So it worked in the first inequality. Let's test the second one. It's x minus y. So negative 5 minus negative 15, is this less than 6? Well, that's going to turn into negative 5 plus 15, which is going to be 10. Is 10 less than 6? No. So since it doesn't satisfy the second one, even though it does satisfy the first, we are not going to choose this as a solution to our system because it does not satisfy both. So you're going to go test A, C, D, and E and see if you get 2 yeses to make it satisfy both and be a solution to your system. Jada has $200 to spend on flowers for a school celebration. She decides the only flowers she wants to buy are roses and carnations. You're given here a budget of $200 and a cost for each kind. So just keep money with money there to write that first inequality. She wants to buy enough roses so that each of the people attending can take one home. And so your other constraint is going to be roses and carnations have to be each of the 75 can take at least one home. So that second inequality is just going to be R and S. And you decide what symbol is going to go with so that at least, we're going to use C for carnations. Do you think it can be greater than, equal, less than? What do you think? And then down here is going to be the money one. How much per rose? How much per carnation? And how do we say only $200 to spend? So what's going to go with the R? What's going to go with the C? And what symbol are you going to put there? On this next one, they gave us the graphs of two lines, but then they want you to pick which one is which, and they want you to identify the region that would be shaded if they turned them into inequalities of less than. And I want you to keep in mind that if it's less than one line and less than another, it's always going to be this bottom wedge. Likewise, if it's greater than one and greater than another, it's always going to be this top wedge. And so keep in mind, if both of these start out as less than, it does not always mean that they're going to turn out as less than in the end. You've got to go do some work on that and possibly some test points. So what are your methods going to be? Do you want to graph in y-intercept form, moving things around and getting y by itself? Or do you want to graph by intercepts and do a test point? You choose which method and work through these next examples to see how you do. Next wants to know which coordinate pair is a solution to the inequality. For example, we're going to test A, B, C, and D and see if it works. Only one answer will be your solution. Oh, sorry, A. What is 32 minus 6? Well, that comes out to 22. Is 22 less than or equal to 22? Sorry, it's equal. It's not less than 22. So because this one does not give us a valid one, so go test A, B, and C and see which one it is. Consider this linear equation. This pair is a solution to the equation. Find another xy that's a pair. So go ahead and plug in an x, plug in a y to give you 12. Are 3, 5, and 2, -10 solutions to the inequality? So go ahead and test plugging in those x and y's. Notice I plugged in this x right here, this y right here. Go ahead and solve and see if it gives you a true statement. Then I plugged in this x right here and this y right here. Go ahead and plug in and see if it gives you a true. Elena's considering buying bracelets and necklaces as gifts. Bracelets and necklaces have these costs and you can spend no more than 30 on the gifts. Use N and B. Go ahead and write the inequality and graph it and explain how we can check if the boundary is included or not. So hopefully you can work through this after doing the other examples. Write the inequality, choose whether you want to graph by intercepts or by y equals mx plus b format. Again, writing another inequality, name one solution that would work for that inequality. And finally, number 9 is giving you a graph, write an inequality that represents the situation, and then answer questions B and C. And that's it. Check your solutions with your teacher and ask any questions.